guys, it's Chantel with Wildberry Quilting, and we are doing an update video on our sweet and spooky, no, spooky and sweet stitch along. I keep getting that mixed up and swapped back and forth. I'm not sure why. I guess, I don't know. I just want to call it sweet and spooky instead of spooky and sweet, but it is definitely spooky first and then sweet. All right. So this was release number 2. Actually, let's see. Did I print out the picture of it small? I don't know that I did. I think I just printed out the chart this time. But this is release number 2. We've got our border already done. And then our first little guy inside. And I am so excited about him. I got him done. He is so cute. I did him in the glow-in-the-dark floss. Look at this. Oh my gosh. He perfectly matches our needle minder. Oh, just too cute. I love it. Or maybe it's a she. I don't know. I guess maybe a she because of the hat, right? I mean, usually the girl witches are the ones that wear the hats like that, right? But she's so cute. And this was my first time working with the glow-in-the-dark floss. I was a little bit nervous heading into it because I've heard people's horror stories, and I was a little unsure, but it was not that bad. And if you are considering doing it with the glow-in-the-dark floss, I highly recommend just giving it a try because it really was not. It was not that much more difficult than just regular floss. My advice would be to take it slow though. Don't whip through it because the faster you move with the floss, the more likely you are to get a knot with this one. It is definitely a little bit more knotty than the standard floss is. But I think overall it came out pretty good. I'm excited for it. I like it. And my darker orange here for the pumpkin was the regular DMC floss, but then I used the variegated floss. I think it was Classic Colorworks for the lighter orange, and I really like that. I think that came out really good. And you can see I used that Classic Colorworks for both of the colors in the hat as well. Now, I don't see much of a variegation in the black floss, so I think you could easily substitute that for the DMC. And I do see a variation in the green though, so I think that one was a good choice. Now, if you do sub out the DMC, I think, let me check. The chart calls for that one to be, okay, so the chart says that the DMC for that is, the equivalent would be 3799. So yeah, I would probably go with that. I was thinking that they may have called for 310, and I was going to say it is not a 310 black. This is definitely more like a very dark gray. It's not 310. So check that. Get the 3799 because that's probably going to be a much better match for you. But going back, I don't think I would choose the Classic Colorworks. I think I would choose the DMC on that one just because I don't see much variegation in the black. Now, I will say that part of the reason why I don't see much variegation is because I did stitch the black, what is that way? The Danish method. But I had started with the English method in the beginning so that the variegation would show. And when I saw that I wasn't seeing any variegation, that's when I switched to doing it the Danish method, because I prefer the Danish method, which is where you stitch a whole bunch of half, you know, a whole bunch of half stitches, and then you come back and you finish them on the way back. And with normal, with variegated flosses, and fancy flosses, you really aren't supposed to do that because you will lose the variegation and it won't be as beautiful that way. So, but when I saw that I wasn't getting any noticeable variegation, I just went through and I did it the easy way instead. And I really don't see much of a difference between the top of the hat and down here in the lower parts. If you see a difference there in the variegation, you let me know. But it looks pretty much the same to me. So I'm not really missing it. And it's still a lovely floss to work with, even if it doesn't have the variegation. So if you just like using classic colorworks, stick with what you like. But I don't think you have to on that one to get the same look. And yeah, I'm pretty thrilled with it. I can't wait to see what the next releases will look like. But then I'm going to have to move my little needle minder to a different part. So he won't be able to sit, or she won't be able to sit next to her little twin there, or her big twin. Yeah, this would be the little twin. This would be the big twin. And of course, the back of my project. Now you can see I did get a couple of little knots in here on the glow in the dark. Specifically right in the beginning, I got a knot. The very first thread right out of the gate. And I was kind of like, oh no, is this floss going to be really difficult to work with? But no, it was just that one right out of the gate was very difficult. Oh, and one more tip for the glow in the dark floss. When you get a knot, it is extremely difficult to get a knot out of the glow in the dark floss. And I don't even know that it's really worth it unless it is super bad. So, maybe try to work it as best as you can. If it's a small knot, try to lay it down and tack it down with your subsequent stitching, because it just, once you get a knot in it, it is really difficult to get out. So take it slow. Don't fret about the knots. You can see I had that first one right there, and I managed to tack it down, kind of, yeah, a little bit. And then I had another one down here, but none of them look too bad. And as long as your project will lay flat when you go to finish it, then I don't think it'll be an issue at all. And this seems like it'll still lay very flat. So don't fret about those little knots. You might end up with a couple if you do the glow in the dark, but I think it's worth it. And I don't think you'll struggle too much. All right. I hope you guys join me on this so long. If you haven't started it already, there is still plenty of time to join in. This is only week 2 out of 4 weeks, and it stitches up fast. I did this whole outer border all the way around in, I think, 2 evenings. And then my little ghost, I think I did in 1 or 2 nights. So it really stitches quickly. You have plenty of time to catch up. It is a free stitch along, so all you need is your supplies to start on it. I will link Fat Quarter Shop down below. I am an affiliate. They did send me the supplies that I needed for this for free so that I could stitch along with you guys. So please join me. The more the merrier. I'm having fun with this, and I hope you guys will too. Oh, and check out their blog. They give you a lot more information on the blog post as well. And I think they're following along each week along with that blog, or putting out releases, maybe answering questions or giving tips. on that. So check them out. I will see you guys again next time. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.